Hello and welcome to today's extra recording of Assassin's Creed 3. Today we're going to finish the Tyranny of King Washington DLC by running it's called The Redemption, Episode 3. While we do that, we're going to also talk about Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and what we call in universe as the President's Apple. So, let's catch up here on what's been going on in the previous DLC packs and see where do we go from here.
I've got a present for you, Your Highness. It's the one you blasted point blank in the village, sire.
He survived. Remarkable.
Ganondokon, alive? My friend, I cannot believe you are here.
They said you had been killed, along with your mother.
The clan mother brought me to health. I was unable to protect my mother. I was unable to save the village.
That is how you can move as you do. Every journey holds a chance of meeting a new animal spirit.
Every journey holds a chance of losing yourself. I understand the risk. I will take the journey. Maybe I don't have to free Franklin from a prison. I have to free him from Washington's power.
I found an ally, Radonagedon.
Samuel Adams.
You were the famous man with the wolf hood.
Hold still.
My God, what have we done?
Putnam is gone, and the captain at Boston Neck is secretly sympathetic to us.
I've created a very special means of protection for Washington's palace. An attack there would be completely unexpected.
You can get me past these protections?
This is a fool's errand, my friend. But I hope to see you in New York.
By heavens, what happened?
Boston Neck was a trap set by Putnam.
And Adams. Canandaigua.
Everyone killed.
Your men stole my ship, you shite!
Easy, Mr. Faulkner. Mr. Franklin is on the side of the rebels now.
We need your help.
I'll need you to untie the Achilles so it's all set to go. Meantime, I can scare you up a small crew.
Then we'll rush the guards and set sail. Swim! I'll hold them off until you're ready to sail.
Savage! Over here! Call back your men and give yourself up!
I knew your only chance was to leave from the docks. You kept turning the wheel.
Ganondokon, I do not care.
Land ho!
Look at that. What sort of man would build such a thing?
Ships off the port bow! We're not flying the King's colors. They're sure to fire on us.
Sorry for that,
On my mark! Negative, sir! Can't do that! Bend them all, full sail!
jump cut, but we had an issue with the save file and I had to remove it.
Make ready, boys! Ready out to fire!
So we're all set now, and we'll get through everything that's going on.
Wide to the mark on that one, sir! Ready! Not yet! Bust it right up! Get down to these heads!
Got it. I didn't think I was going to get that one.
Negative, sir! Still loading! Fire! Ready out to fire! And that's that go, sir! Give me the mark! Wait for it! I need left! Up, sail! Give me everything! Full sail!
Hey, I guess I thought it was get out of the ship combat, that is. Well, cool. It's a pain in this one.
No sail! Half sail! Give me half sail! Full sail! And fire!
Oh, didn't expect that to work.
Slowing us down, a new tack!
Come on, so we can talk about. Come on. We can get out of this naval battle and talk about Jefferson.
Pack 'em, pack! Reload! On my mark! Make ready, boys! Half sail!
There we go. Let's go search that right there. Alright, so Thomas Jefferson. He was born April 13th, 1743. The principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This was written during the Second Continental Congress while he was a Virginian delegate. He would also take the governor of Virginia on June 1st, 1779. He spent most of his time after the Revolution in politics, serving in Congress of the Confederation. Excuse me. He would also serve as the Minister to France, Secretary of State, Vice President, and finally, on March 4th, 1801, he would be sworn in as the third President of the United States. Cutscene, then we'll see where we're at.
Gather up their colors. We'll use them to disguise our ship.
You heard him, boys. Haul in the flags and we'll hoist them up. Aye, aye, Mr. Faulkner.
I forgot how a good sea battle could get my blood flowing. Sail around, attacking ships. That's the life.
I know that feeling. It seems to run in my family.
Your father was a seafarer, then?
My grandfather, Edward. He sailed with a rough crew. Or so I am told.
For the king?
For himself. But that is a long tale for another day, Mr. Faulkner.
Slow down, lad. There's mines about.
Alright,
Don't
so
shoot
let's,
the mines. That'll
Finish
give us
talking
away
about
for sure.
Jefferson here. He would organize the Democratic Republican Party.
Haul in to half sail. Rogue wind.
Should be fine. So many
Bring her
mines.
in, full stop. Roll out half sail. Haul into half sail. We got mines, Captain.
I'm gonna do this without hitting a rock.
There
Come
they
on.
are. We fooled them with our flag.
Mines in this water, sir.
Christ, they're on top of us. Better shoot first. Catch them with their knickers down. Shoot the mines now, lad. Blow those boats to kingdom come.
We got mines, Captain.
Oh, come on, that was boo.
Find a boat.
Alright, let's get this. Missed. That's horrible.
They landed that boat.
was easier than I anticipated. But they hit that big old rock. Alright. I want to get out of this battle before we talk anymore about Jefferson. It's just gonna be fair if we don't. Enemy is 80%. So when Thomas Jefferson created the Democratic Republican Party, it was to counter James Madison's, what was the name of the party? It was the Generalist Party.
Ready when you are, sir! No sail! No sail!
How are these ships not sinking? I'm hitting them pretty hard.
Change course, sir! Wind's in our face! Give me everything! Full sail!
That was luck, wasn't it?
Still sailing, sir!
Are out of commission. We have no firepower. We will have to ram them. Ram them? Deploy full sail, Mr. Faulkner, then abandon ship. You too, Kanandokon. I will see you on shore.
Full sail, boys!
Okay, so while Jefferson created the Republican Democratic Party to go against James Madison's Generalist Party, he would also write anonymously the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions, which sought to strengthen states' rights. And they would do that by nullifying the Alien and Sedition Acts. It was during his presidency that the organization of the Louisiana Purchase would almost double the country's territory. But he would also implement the Embargo Act of 1807, which would begin the process of moving Indian tribes to Louisiana territory. And he'd signed the act prohibiting importation of slaves in 1807. He would pass on July 4th, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence at the age of 53. So Jefferson, he led a life of servitude, really, to his country. And you really have to be thankful for that.
My spectacles,
really wouldn't be
thank
where we
God.
are today.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Stay away from me. I will not come under your power again.
No need to worry.
Took a sweet time, didn't you?
No, please! Get this off me!
Yes, Your Highness, yes.
Never touch that. There was another one. Disperse and find them.
Yes, Your Highness.
It's interesting to me how they decided to reload the rifles instead of stab him with the bayonets. Just odd to me.
He wanted to atone for what he'd done. He saved my life and very nearly killed Washington.
It will take more than a tomahawk. It will take great power.
We do have this.
Useless.
Don't be foolish.
That trinket only opens doors.
What are you doing?
The animal spirits know things we do not know. If I journey to them, they may teach me.
Are you all right?
Keep watch.
Why have you returned to this place?
fought.
Can you not see that you are lost? You have defied me. You ignore my last wish. I cannot forgive you, Vincent.
Climbing a big old bear. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about George Washington while we pull these spears out of this bear. He was born February 22nd, 1732, to a prosperous slave-owning family. He would be from Virginia, and would have early opportunities in education that he would take advantage of. Learning mathematics quickly, he would launch a successful career as a surveyor. And a land investor. And as a result of this, he would acquire over 70,000 acres of land. I don't know about you, that's a lot of land. Joining the Virginia militia at the age of 20, he would fight in the French and Indian War. By July of 1754, he would be assigned to Fort Necessity, and after a 10-hour... failed that one. I didn't see where the other thing came from. I was looking at my notes too much. There it is. Ooh, that was close. Tell you about what happened at Fort Necessity. After a 10-hour battle at Fort Necessity, he would surrender and return his force to Virginia. But he would not be allowed to leave until he signed a treaty that falsely translated said that he had assassinated Joseph Coulon de Jouvenel, I think. But it was this false confession that became the pretext to blame Washington for starting the French and Indian War. 1775, he'd become a senior American aide to Edward. No. I apologize. That is the wrong year. It was 1757.
You cannot match my power. I am freedom itself. I am freedom itself.
This time I'll make certain of your death.
Actually, now that I say that, it was either 1757 or it was 1755. I don't... Yeah, it was one of those two. I'm not quite sure which one. But then he would become the senior aide to Edward Braddock on Braddock's failed expedition. This would raise his reputation among critics as he was able to rally forces into an organized retreat while having a fever and a headache. After having 2 horses shot from beneath him and his hat and coat being pierced.
You were feverish. What's happened to your eyes?
We must separate to search out Jefferson and the rebellion.
Very well.
And I don't mean by like this hat and bullet. He was shot like 5 times.
Hey!
And it's just.
Stop there, you!
Is that a raccoon? That was a raccoon.
Over there! Bloody the bastards! We're losing ground!
That was weird. Very weird.
It's not worth my skin! Run!
Let's get over to this. Let's see. So he'd be commissioned on August 14th, 1755, as a colonel in Virginia Regiment and commander-in-chief of all the forces now raised in defense of quote-unquote His Majesty's colony. So I guess with that will actually tell us exactly when the Braddock Commission was, 1755. Now that I think about it, well, we'd have to go back in the main story to tell, but I believe it was March of 1755, if we really think about it. But anyway, he'd retire his commission on December 1758. After his experience in the Forbes expedition. After the Revolutionary War broke out, Samuel and John Adams would nominate Washington as Supreme Commander, which he would be unanimously elected, and he would appear in a military uniform, deny a salary in his acceptance speech, though he would receive reimbursement for his expenses. So he did it in service of his country, I guess, which is what great men do. Well,
Thank God you're here. The rebels saw their chance when we drew Washington to the docks. They're attacking the
look at those
pyramid.
eyes.
Their escape is cut off. They will be cut to ribbons. I must get down there.
That's what the founding fathers did. They served their states and their country just to bring us the freedoms that we now have.
Got you lined up, dog! I got a shot!
Perform such a feat again. Washington has us completely surrounded.
I will hold off any reinforcements. You fight your way back to the main gate.
Fall back, men! Fall back!
Thanks, Tom. I wonder if he was actually called Tom in this.
Bluecoats firing from above. Take them out.
Stay
No. What are you doing?
They're firing down on us! Take those men out! Stop those men up
Very odd.
there! Destroy the gates to cut them off! Cut off their reinforcements! Destroy the gates!
Washington City.
Just keep coming! Bring down those gates!
What is this disturbance?
Your Highness, some of the people are attacking the pyramid.
People attacking. I am the people.
Yes.
I am the people. I've given myself to the cause of freedom. Do they not see? I've sacrificed my entire life for them. Defeated the English. I gave them liberty. Me! And yet still they rebel. This is madness.
You are our beacon, Your Highness.
Surprised that didn't shatter. Not really getting on the restraints, just wanting to finish it. So everyone can see the story.
You saved my men. We must all scatter and disappear into the city. Who are you?
Radunagedon.
A pleasure, sir. We will meet later and plan our next move.
You think you can escape us? Not you blinded... Foolish bastard!
Alright, so as we just jump out of here to go to... You can, you know. So in that rush, I kind of... Oh, yes. Washington would have just, from our conversation, just decided to accept his position as the... I almost said Grand Master, but that's something completely different. His position as Commander-in-Chief of the Colonial Forces. After inspecting the army in Garbridge, Massachusetts on July 2nd, 1775, and finding undisciplined, how did he call it? He called them undisciplined, poorly sheltered, and badly outfitted. He would institute reforms, drill schedules, and impose strict discipline which would include fines, floggings, and incarceration. The beginning of the war would be slow. As Washington, wow. Let's try that again in the notes, shall we? The beginning of the war would be slow, especially for Washington. He had to abandon New York City. He also had to he reached the lowest moral point when they landed, when they had to leave. It was during this time the famous crossing of the Delaware River would happen. People just don't learn, do they? There's nobody here! You're dead!
Ready your weapon!
You teach them a lesson.
See what the problem is.
Get them!
Oh, that will make you go kind of cross-eyed, won't it?
In my sight, clear as day.
There. Now can I go talk to him?
Contemptuously bearing knives and leaving that as...
Jeez, that's annoying. Alright, so he's crossing the Delaware. It's the night of December 25th, 1776. Yes, he crossed the Delaware River on Christmas Day. And then the next day, this crossing would lead to victories at Trenton and Princeton. Later, on September 11th, 1777, Washington be outmaneuvered at the Battle of Brandywine. He would then win the Battle of Saratoga. All this would lead to the terrible winter at Valley Forge. We're going to start this mission here, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Valley Forge. Actually, no, we're not going to talk about Valley Forge itself. It was one of the worst winters on record, and they had almost nothing. So we'll talk about what happened after Valley Forge, after talking to Tommy here.
Well, sir, I have never seen anything like what you did back there. A resourceful man like yourself could easily help the people.
My goal is to take Washington down. The rest is none of my concern.
We'll never defeat Washington without the people of New York behind us.
And what do they want?
They're starving. We will win their support if we feed them. However, all the food is controlled by John Fitzwilliams. He is the most corrupt official in a city filled with corruption.
Bring him to me, and I will track him to his stores of food.
The quality is not that good. Better value across from the house. The quality is not that good. Better value.
There's Fitzwilliams. You won't find a worse bloodsucker this side of the Atlantic. He sells the food at inflated prices and skims the extra for himself.
I do not care about him. We only care about getting people something to eat. Eventually, he'll lead me to his horde.
The end of the war would come a couple years later, after the surrender of Yorktown. Anything on the ground. He's moving too.
You cannot pursue your course without opening these beauties. Die! And the wonders of the world and everything priceless. So slow! There! Get him!
Feel you of a buying disposition. Come and I'll provide satisfaction.
So after the surrender of Yorktown, Washington would resign his commission on December 23rd, 1783. He'd take part in the first Constitutional Convention during the summer of 1787. He'd be unanimously elected as the convention's president. I don't know how he got up here to just throw rocks at me, but he did.
Get him! Don't lose him again! Shit! What in damnation is going on? Who saw the killer?
Not who shot me that time. You?
You won't lose us. You're already dead.
All your characters are rotten, especially your little.
It's a funny little comment, isn't it? All your carrots are rotten, especially that little tiny one.
Jolly slow prey today.
Can I just kill this guy? I mean, seriously. I'm tired of following him. And I'm tired of getting shot in the back.
No, I'm over here now.
Got him sighted. Keep on going.
Ready your weapon.
Come at me. Stop shooting me so I can kill you. Got it right in time.
Faster, lads! We're losing ground!
In around here.
Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. All didn't work out the way I wanted
In my
it to.
sights, clear as day. Sailing at the wind. Fish in a barrel, mate. Missed me. He's dead in me sights.
Got him taken!
Next, mate.
Keep him in sight! I see him there!
I don't think I did that mission very well.
You. Yes, you.
I wasn't doing nothing.
Thomas Jefferson needs someone to get this cart of food to hungry people.
To sell it?
Give it.
Free food for hungry folks. You're a man, friend.
Get some friends. We will take as many cartloads as we can.
Okay. Apparently killed him without realizing I did. Alright, so I'm not going to talk about Washington during this mission, because I remember this mission being a pain in the butt.
Right there!
Who comes?
Up there! Not going anywhere! He's there!
Glad he knows how to air assassinate, that is for dang sure.
Over there! Get him! Dead line on him! Get the... Come back! Get him! Help! Over here! You lined up, over there!
The last one. Nope, sure isn't.
Can't go through there. Blow up those.
Hit the wrong button.
Got a shot at him in my sight. I think I can hit him.
Really?
Him in my sight. There. Get him.
Wrong button.
You can't escape us.
Clear shot.
There he is.
Come at me, yo. Alright, there we go. Now, is that the last one? No. It's that guy.
Clear shot.
I've done nothing.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
I'm sure I was gonna make it out alive, but goddamn, this is the most fun I've had all week. Thomas Jefferson, people! This here food is thanks to Mr. Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson!
Just a few carrots, and he has won their loyalty.
The boughs of the white willow is really messing with his head. Alright, so let's finish talking about Washington while we try to finish it and get back over here. Alright, so as of right now it's 87. He is the president of the Constitutional Convention. He'd also be unanimously unanimously elected, which apparently happened a lot to this man because of his war record, apparently. He'd be unanimously elected to the presidency on April 6th, 1789. While in this position, he'd oversee the implementation and promotion of a strong and well-financed national government. He would suppress the Whiskey Rebellion, and he would be staying impartial to a fierce rivalry between two cabinet members in Jefferson and Hamilton. He would adopt Hamilton's plan to abolish the payment of public debts to a national bank, the seat of government, and a tax system. After his run as the president, he would return home to Mount Vernon and devote his time to his plantation and other business interests. We're going to watch this and then actually we'll talk about the end after this cut.
What was that?
My friend Paul Revere disappeared 3 days ago. This soldier just confirmed the disappearance of his wife and son as well.
I am sorry.
Revere was an able and valuable man. He was endeavoring to loosen the blue coat grip on the city. Neighborhood by neighborhood, he was winning the people's trust and support.
I will take up Revere's work to help rally the city. If the citizens fight for us, we will replace Washington with a new leader.
This country must be led by the people.
Actually, the last create unrest by completing tasks through New York. Okay, that's helpful.
You're not ready.
Valiant attempt!
Ready your weapons. Take aim.
Oh, that's a dog. Nope. Nope, nope. So one of the projects that Washington would work on would be a distillery. So I thought that was a pretty neat little... Alright, I'm out of here. This guy frustrated me. I can't flee now, can I? So he'd end up dying peacefully in his sleep, December 14th, 1799. He would be aged 67. So he's often considered the father of our country, and he's just considered a really great man, I guess. I don't want to say I guess because he was, or he wouldn't have been unanimously elected to lead our country in some of the worst. No, I don't want to say some of the worst because I think the Civil War was worse, and World War II was probably worse too. But from a bloodshed standpoint, not from a tyranny standpoint, and it was that tyranny that he fought against. So we're going to play a little bit, and then we will talk about
the great bounty we enjoy in this.
Tell the truth, damn it!
What am I supposed to do? Oh, beat up the orator? Alright, but unfortunately I have to kill these guards now. Dude, you don't want to come at me.
Are you open, laddie?
That up, don't we? That's the key. There's a few things over here too. Right.
God, no! Spare me, I beg
Thank you.
He's trying to give us a slip.
Oh, with his dad. That makes sense.
We're losing ground.
Not what I wanted.
Help!
Excuse me.
Someone help me! Please! Someone help me!
Thank you. Is that enough? Oh, it was. And it got them to leave me alone. That's great. Because that was going to be rough.
Washington is giving a speech. We may be able to get an idea of the size of his forces.
Citizens of the United States, I come before you, a humble man. As I look out upon this vast land, I see each of you suffering. Yes, suffering, and striving for a better life, a better future, a better America. Each one of you, sacrificing, slaving for this great country, for freedom. And I humbly say to you, your sacrifices inspire me. They shall not be in vain. I know this life is difficult. The ravages of war, food shortages, crime, the burdens caused by Jefferson's seditious murderers. But we have a greater purpose that will unite us and lift us above these trifling troubles. For us, the obliteration of these rebels will be but a foretaste of the feast to come. Citizens, as I stand here, I feel the 4 million hearts of our nation beating within my breast. Today, I announce the great project of this nation. We are mastering vast armies. We are fashioning powerful armadas. We shall soon march upon our great dark enemy, England! We shall invade her shores and irrigate her fields with blood. English bones shall provide grist for our mills, and her people shall become our slaves. Each of you shall profit from the sweat of their labors. Our nation shall rise to its proper place as the greatest of all, the most sovereign kingdom, the United States of America!
Or civil unrest. Of course. Another glucose.
Help complete the pyramid. Donate your silver candlesticks and other items of value.
Oh no, that's
the
an orator.
splendor of the new palace will reflect glory.
Oh, wrong button.
On us all.
Fist.
Anyone refusing to donate will be flogged.
Tell the truth, damn it.
It's all lies. The king won't protect you. He's using you. Rise up against him. It's all lies. The king won't protect you. He's using you. Rise up against
Will
him.
not protect you.
I'm begging, sir. Please spare me.
Help! Help me, please! Help! Help!
You almost feel bad for that one. Almost feel bad. It's his own fault for not doing that. That's the wrong button. Alright, there ain't nobody here. Let's move along.
King Washington will bring us glory. King Washington will bring us riches. Dedicate yourself to the king.
Tell the truth, damn it.
The floating hand through that crate.
Oh, that's my kid. We bend over in this proud land.
Almost there. Oh, I'm right where I needed to be. Cool.
Down with the king!
Fight for Jefferson!
Fight for liberty!
My assumption is oh, nope, it is not the pyramid. Awesome. We're gonna do one more mission, and then we're gonna talk about the President's Apple. It's very unlikely that this is the last mission. Because we have to get inside the pyramid first.
All parts of the city are ready to rise up. At last, we will bring down Washington. I trusted him absolutely when we fought the British. Strange that these few years later I would risk everything to bring him down.
Has everything been prepared for my signal?
I have a man at the military district now. He'll know where the weaknesses are to be found.
We will signal the beginning of the revolution and destroy their gunpowder all at one time.
He looked scared, didn't he? So we will finish this mission, and then we will talk about the President's Apple.
For treasonous acts against king and country, these men are sent...
Before the last one, which one is it? For real? I'm seriously gonna be upset if I gotta chase this guy around.
Citizens of New York, pay no attention to
It's fun
military
because
exercises
the guy
taking
glitched
place
out,
in the city.
so
These
whatever. Let's try it again. And I'm just a disembodied head.
For treasonous acts against king and country, these men are sentenced to a shameful death.
I've got a shot.
God damn. I'm gonna clear the guy. Hopefully that's all it takes. Yay!
Damn you. You couldn't have gotten here a bit sooner?
We must hurry to set off the explosion.
Yes, well, there's no easy way to get to the gunpowder. By my way of thinking, the best plan is to set that tower over there on fire, then topple it onto the depot.
I will set the tower on fire. You set up those powder kegs at its base.
That sounds dangerous.
Our king is our beacon.
Fell down, didn't I? That was weird. Oh boy. Leave? Apparently there's an eagle job here that I didn't know about.
What's going on in there?
Spread out, find the traitors!
Powder's in plain sight.
Have a clear shot!
Keep after him. Faster. We'll not be losing him.
That was weird. What it'll do.
Anyone spreading such rumors are liable to disciplinary action.
This should be the last one, so we're gonna start this mission, and then we're gonna talk about the apple. Now watch me be completely and utterly wrong about this one being the last. Nope, it's not, because we're going right to the pyramid. On fire.
Our plan is working, my friend. Washington's troops are scattered. The palace is unguarded.
This will help you along. The mechanism's rather tricky, but I'm sure you'll be able to unravel it.
Very well. I will see you once I have succeeded.
Very cocky, isn't he? Alright, so the President's Apple is also known as Piece of Eden number 3. And it would become, it would actually come into Freemason hands before coming to America. So that's how it got here in the first place.
These doors were forced open.
During the defeat of at Yorktown, this is where Washington would find it off an officer, unnamed officer, who'd become encharmed by the artifact and he would later not know that officer's face. So it's like he saw it and then went, "Ooh, pretty! I gotta have it," and then kept it and forgot who he took it from. Alright. Masonic eyes. Where's that other clue? I guess we go up, huh? Yep. Up it is. Alright, so get off the click and fly up there.
What target was up here?
So the apple would end up causing Washington to have dreams and visions that would show him corrupted by power and taking the position of king of the United States. If you hadn't figured out by now, yes, it's the apple causing this, the apple that's in his scepter, and that's where this is coming from.
Why is this loose? Mother, you failed to stop Washington. But maybe I can follow you to him.
So, showing it to Connor, they'd both realize the dangers of the apple, and Connor is going to do something at the end that I'm not going to tell you, but it's going to happen. And then it is unknown how, but by 1944, the apple would come into the hands of Franklin Roosevelt, who would be manipulated by Templars to start World War II. Eventually, it'd be passed to Kennedy, who the Templars saw as a threat, because he was in favor of giving the workforce more civil liberties. And this was, as we spoke about both times, the last time we spoke about the apple, because they used 3 different apples in this piece for this, because apples 1, 2, and 3. This apple would be taken off Kennedy after apple number 2, Green
Someone in the
trained
palace.
with.
Shoot anything that comes through there.
And they use the influence of apple number 1 to create that don't kill anyone in here. How am I going to do that?
I think I can hit him! Time to gut you!
Knock me down.
You
There
won't
were bears.
cheat us that way!
Screw it. They're gonna die.
You're already dead!
So, I don't remember which apples it were, if it was 1 or 2 that trained William Green, but one of them trained Green to be able to withstand the apple's power, and then the other one was used as was used to create illusions.
I've got a shot!
Oh, that was
Dried blood.
Washington's animals.
Too much for a human.
I think I can hit him!
So yeah, that is essentially all we know about this Apple of Eden.
There are teeth marks on this.
And has a floating head. That's kind of rough.
Someone broke through here.
Can I be the bear now? No, I have to watch this? Alright. Come on, let's get it up. Essentially. Well, I guess this probably wouldn't be good cement as water for the animals, isn't it? Up. Not what I anticipated. Oh, I missed it. I missed it again? That's better. Oh, I need to go up. Please tell me I don't have to start all the way over again. That works. Bear? Bear. I'm a wolf pack. backwards. Come on. There we go. Hello, King George. Like a ceiling mural, though. It's not there. He knows. And she came away with it?
Mother, it is time I finished what you began.
Oh, no button. Nope. All right. Whatever show up there. Oh, I never realized that it's got the map of the North American continent up there on its floor. Never noticed. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but somebody's shooting off fireworks. I don't know why. It's gonna make some people around here very unhappy.
you at last.
Commander Washington, if you give up the apple, I will let you live.
Give up the apple?
It controls you.
Is that what you believe? I believe I control it. Although I never considered the possibility that it could control someone. Perhaps it can.
You have been corrupted by the apple's power.
Corrupted? Well, that raises an interesting question. Do you wish me to give up the apple in order to save my soul? Or do you wish the apple for yourself so you can control the nation?
The true rulers are the people.
Let's not deceive ourselves. It's an absurd thought, but let's suppose that I were beholden to this apple. How would you behave differently?
I would use it for the good of everyone.
Well, the possession of the apple is both a burden and a blessing. Tell me, when you shake the earth, do you feel that you are a slave to the people? Or do you wish to be their master?
The people want you brought down.
But you didn't answer the question.
I am the only king here!
Dude. Slow your roll.
You've run out of tricks, eh? Disappear. It won't save you. Welcome back. Where have you gone this time? Fading from sight only angers me. Disappear. It won't save you.
I have no help bar?
Burn, miserable cur. Any other tricks? Away! Get thee heads! I expected the use of dark magic. There's nowhere to hide.
Wolf powers.
Fading from sight only angers me. Behold the searing light!
That's kind of worse. This battle's kind of worse than Unwelling.
I thought I'd see you again. Begone!
I will end you for all you've done!
Oh, these guys are both totally corrupted by this apple.
We are now many.
Now!
But, oh, no, I have to do it again.
Burn by divine fire.
Stay on it. We're ready now.
I don't have to get the last one. It's unfortunate. I like this. That's probably the best shot we ever got of an apple. Like, at least up to this point. It's beautiful piece of artwork at the very least.
Armageddon. I died trying to bring down Washington. And I plead with you, do not pursue the apple.
Oh, that's his brother.
My son, I am so worried for you. The sky journeys have led you astray. Give up your fight for the apple, please, my son. Please.
Now's your chance. Take the apple. Take it. Take it.
Commander.
Take it. Take it from me. I do not want it.
No man should possess a power so absolute.
Sink it into the sea. Weight it, and sink it to the bottommost reaches of the ocean.
Where are we headed, anyway?
Commander Washington,
I thought I was alone.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's quite all right.
Things appear to be at a stalemate.
I'm afraid so.
Might I suggest, Commander, that a republic cannot survive in a world with so many contending powers?
I beg your pardon.
Elected bodies, to be sure. The war was fought for this. For this nation to prosper. For this nation to thrive. The weakness of a republic must be balanced by a powerful man at its center. A powerful man, Commander, who, if I may be so bold, would be elevated in the eyes of the world if he were given the title of king.
Sir, I believe I can answer you in complete candor. Your proposal raises the greatest mischief that could befall my country. You could not have found a person to whom your schemes are more disagreeable. Let me conjure you then. If you have any regard for your country, concern for yourself, or posterity, or respect for me, to banish these thoughts from your mind. Never communicate as from yourself or anyone else a sentiment of the like nature.
No one's there.
We are done here.
You want to go back?
Yes. Back. Take us back.
So that kind of negates what you're led to believe in Assassin's Creed 2, where he used the apple to rise to power. And here he takes the apple and says, nah, I don't want power. Get rid of it. So it's just a very interesting thing. But with that said, let me know in the comments below what you think about the floating head idea. I thought it would be fun for the extra video to just have something a little fun and different. So let me know what you think. Also, if you like the content I bring to you, because I rather kind of enjoyed this one, I hope you did as well. But if you did, like and subscribe, and take a look at the links in the description below for my website and social media. And until next time, have a great night.